Week 8, Day 1. Enter Dr. Thomas A. Dooley. In 1956, Look magazine named Thomas Dooley as one of the year's 10 most outstanding men. Just under 30 years of age at the time, Dr. Dooley had already distinguished himself by caring for 500,000 sick and emaciated Vietnamese refugees. When fighting broke out in the divided country of Vietnam, the Northern Communist Viet Minh forces surged southward, scattering thousands of refugees before them. At the time, Dr. Dooley was a lieutenant, assigned to a Tranquil Naval Hospital in Yokosuka, Japan. Forthwith he volunteered for duty on a Navy ship that had been chosen to transport the refugees to sanctuary in Saigon. The curtain was beginning to ascend on Dooley's real career. Sample sentences. 1. The emaciated residents of the Warsaw Ghetto managed to win several skirmishes from the Nazis. 2. A firecracker terminated the tranquil climate of the neighborhood. 3. When Richard III violated the sanctuary of the church to seize the princes, he exceeded his jurisdiction. 4. Chicago put its heaviest players up front, but they were helpless as the Giants' line surged toward them. 5. Inexorably the determined climber began to ascend the Himalayan peak. Week 8, Day 2. Dooley's mission. Aboard the refugee ship, Dooley's destiny took shape. He became painfully cognizant of the malnutrition, disease, ignorance, and fear that afflicted the natives. In addition, he discerned how active the communists had been in spreading their anti-American propaganda. Tom Dooley pitched in to build shelters in Haiphong, and to comfort the poor Vietnamese there, before that besieged city fell to the powerful Viet Minh forces. He was seemingly unconcerned by the many privations he had to endure. For his services, Dooley received the U.S. Navy's Legion of Merit. He told the story of this exciting experience, in Deliver Us from Evil, a bestseller that alerted America to the plight of the Vietnamese as well as to the sinister menace of communism. Sample sentences. 1. The stool pigeon, the detective's confidant, told him about the sinister plot. 2. By running up a white flag, the besieged troops indicated their desire to withdraw from the fray. 3. Citizens of several Kentucky mountain communities are afflicted by the worst poverty in the nation. 4. The emaciated prisoners were obviously suffering from advanced malnutrition. 5. Albert Schweitzer endured considerable privation as a jungle doctor. Week 8, Day 3. Stymied by personal sickness. After an extensive lecture tour in 1956, Dr. Dooley returned to Laos to set up a mobile medical unit. Because the Geneva Agreement barred the entrance of military personnel to the country, he resigned from the Navy and went to work as a civilian. That story is told in The Edge of Tomorrow. Next year, despite a growing illness, the ubiquitous Dooley turned up in the remote village of Muang Sing, attempting to thwart his traditional enemies. Disease, dirt, ignorance, starvation. And hoping to quell the spread of communism. But his trained medical eye soon told him that the pain in his chest and back was a harbinger of a malignant cancer. Sample sentences. 1. Sprinting all over the court, the ubiquitous referee called one foul after another. 2. Ben's reprehensible table manners led his fraternity brothers to seat him in a remote corner of the dining room. 3. The excellent soup was a harbinger of the delicious meal to follow. 4. In an attempt to thwart the voracious ants, he surrounded his house with a moat of burning oil. 5. The surgeon finally located the malignant tumor that had afflicted his patient for many months. Week 8, Day 4. Promises to keep. From August 1959 until his death in January 1961, Dooley suffered almost continuous, excruciating pain. His normal weight of 180 was cut in half, and even the pain-killing drugs could no longer bring relief. Knowing that he did not have long to live, Dr. Dooley worked without respite on behalf of Medico, the organization he had founded to bring medical aid and hope to the world's sick and needy. The lines of Robert Frost kept reverberating in his mind, during those fretful days. The woods are lovely, dark and deep. But I have promises to keep. And miles to go before I sleep. When he finally succumbed, millions throughout the world were stunned and grief-stricken by the tragedy. Sample sentences. 1. With excruciating slowness, the minute hand inched its way around the clock. 2. The rescue team heard the miner's voice reverberating through the caves. 3. Around income tax time fretful faces are ubiquitous. 4. The voluble insurance salesman gave my father no respite. 5. Besieged by debts, the corporation finally had to succumb to bankruptcy.